Welcome, friends of the Greasy Shop Rag. Today we're going to take a look at a Husqvarna 562XP. The customer complaint is that it just bogs when he pulls the trigger. So we'll look in the fuel tank here and see what he's got going on. And what we're looking for is clean, fresh fuel, no water in the bottom of the tank. And we're looking at the condition of the fuel filter. If it looks like it might be dirty, plugged up, or if it looks like it's been recently replaced. After that, we're going to pop the hood and look underneath and see if there's anything odd going on. Everything looks normal here. We'll pull the plug wire and look in the cylinder and make sure that there's no scoring or evidence of nastiness. Let's get this spark plug out. Now this is a 10 millimeter hole that we got here. So looking inside on these, 550, 562, 572. Not 572. I think that's got a 14 millimeter. Anyway, what I could see looked good in here. And what I'm trying to see is right above the exhaust port. Because if it's going to score, that's usually the first place that it happens. So now that we did a couple basic checks, let's just fire this thing up and confirm the customer's complaint. Yeah, she's boggy, eh? So what are we thinking? We're going to pressure test the fuel line. The reason for that is, if it's got a bog, maybe it's not getting enough fuel. But what we're going to find here is that it's not necessarily that it's not getting enough fuel. It's just getting too much air. So it's the air to fuel ratio that's a problem with this. I'll pump this up to 10 pounds of pressure just to check the line and the tightness of the carburetor. And you see me wiggling the line there. Sometimes if you got a weird pinhole, it doesn't always just reveal itself. You got to put some stress on it or put it on a weird angle. Doesn't matter on this, it's tight. We are going to put a new fuel filter on because the old one looked a little bit dirty. So this is an auto-tune saw. If it has an issue, it probably has an error code stored in it. This video is not about how to use the computer to check the saw, but I will show you that we unplug this connector here on the saw, plug it into that little diagnostic box, hook it up to the computer, and it gives us error codes. The error code that I saw in here, I think, if I remember right, was number 13. And it doesn't really matter because most of the error codes ask you to pressure test the engine anyway. So that's what we're doing. And I'm trying to put 7 pounds of pressure into this crankcase. And I can't even get the needle to, do more than just rise while I'm pumping and then drop right back down. So there's an air leak, and it's a big one. And an air leak would certainly explain a bog. Your carburetor and your fuel system might all be good, but if you're getting just sucking air through say a crank seal, the saw is not going to run right. Now, this is kind of a weird little trick that I use. I always keep Q-tips in a toolbox, and those Q-tips work good in this case to hold those starter pawls open, so I can get in here with a hammer and give the end of that crankshaft a smack. And it doesn't take much. Put a little pressure on the back of the flywheel. Smack the end of the crankshaft. It still has a nut on it that's flush with the end of the crank. There's a protective seal on the end of this crank to protect the crank seal. Now let's put a little bit of Mr. Bubbles there on the seal and try and pump this up. You can see it's bubbling. That's a massive air leak right there. So the next thing you want to do is carefully pick that seal out of there without damaging the bearing. And then take a look inside. Here's the little spring that would hold the seal lip tight. And then take a look at your bearing cage and make sure that the bearing is intact. And the seal just failed without, you know, what we're looking for is that the crank bearing didn't fail, just the seal. So now we have our handy dandy official Husqvarna seal installation tool. That first piece I put on there has a taper on it, and the bottom of it is the same width as the crankshaft where the seal lip will touch, and the top of it's tapered. So we're just going to lube up the new seal, set it on top of that tapered tool, and then the other tool we have is like a cupped punch that fits over the top of the seal, and we just tap the seal down into place now. It's certainly, this job can be done without this tool, but using this tool, it works right the first time, every time. If you're going to do a lot of them, I would recommend picking that tool up. So the repair is now complete. We're just going to confirm the integrity of that seal. Now when I pump the Mighty Vac, tried to put 7 pounds in there, I can easily pump it right up. So we had one air leak, and it was that crank seal. And we put a little Mr. Bubbles on there, and nothing's bubbling. So she's tight. So I went through and I put the carburetor back together. You know, because when we pressure tested it, we had to pull the carburetor off. We had to pull the muffler off. We had to block everything off on the crankcase to look for this leak. So I got the carburetor back on. Now I'm putting the flywheel back on. And I'll have to do the muffler yet. 4 screws on the starter. Muffler and heat shield. So that's all I got for you on diagnosing and replacing a crank seal on a 562XP. Thanks for watching. Later.